Right, hello. Welcome to Hyper Talking and welcome to my first YouTube and my first live stream. You might know me from following me on Instagram or Twitter, where I can also be found under the same name, Hyper Talking. How many people have we got here? Looks like 7 people. That's 7 more than I was expecting, so that's good. So today, right, is everyone ready? Hopefully you're all ready. Let me know in the chat if you're ready to go. But today I'm going to use one of my favourite paint programs, Aldus SuperPaint, on one of my favourite vintage Macintosh computers, the Quadra 700, and I'll show you both of them in a sec. Oh, hello, Uli Witness, hello, very good. It's my first hello from the first person on my first YouTube stream, so it's very exciting. So yeah, on we're going to use SuperPaint on my Quadra 700, which is unfortunately behind there. I'll show you the desktop in a second. The setup is not ideal, but it will work for today, so it's all good. And I'm going to use SuperPaint on it to create a pixel art avatar. Oh, hi Slow Mac user, good to see you. You have one of my favourite avatars. And hello Orangey456. Yep, marathon. I've got a couple of marathons. I've actually got the original up there in the top corner as well, but it's sort of cut off a bit, isn't it? I'm going to have a go at creating a pixel art avatar for Ron of Ron's Computer Videos. He reached out to me a while ago and asked for this, and I thought it would be a great idea for a first video. I'm going to massively regret this. I sort of haven't done any pixel art in ages, and the last time I did an avatar it was for another person on Instagram, and I can't actually remember how long I spent on that, but it took me some time, and obviously I'm used to kind of sitting in my own head, in my own flow, on my own, doing it, and so doing it on a live stream might be the worst idea ever, but we're going to find out. And so yeah, so Ron has a YouTube channel, Ron's Computer Videos. You can see it in the description below, and you should check out his channel if you haven't seen his stuff before. He covers lots of fun old Macintosh stuff. I've seen he's got some showing the Apple IIe card on a Mac. He's showing some modern VRAM for Macs made by Antoine or Silicon Insider, and all sorts of good stuff. He was also one of the folks behind organising Macintosh, which I thought was pretty cool. So, oh look, let's have a quick look at the check. There you go. Yeah, how many colour classics do you have over there? I have 2. I can't say what to do with them. I might not keep them. Not sure. One I ended up getting for 99p because no one else bid on it, if you can believe that. I'm pretty sure that only one of them is working at the moment. And I do have a LC575 or Quadra 575, whatever, a Performer LC575 card in one of them, so that it's not awful and slow and everything. And my plan was to perform the little modification to get the screen to 640 by 480, but I have not had the time for that. So getting back to what we're doing today, so the way we're going to do this avatar, what we're going to do is the format we're going to go for is just what I've done for myself and what done for other people, and I've seen other people do as well, which is basically just stick to the classic Macintosh icon image format. So black and white, obviously, because those are the best colours, and then we're going to do 32 pixels by 32 pixels, which if you're good at maths, that's 1024 pixels, which is not very many pixels to play with if you want to make something recognisable. And so you'll see I've got a little Susan Care. So I've got a Susan Care blanket that came in this bag, and you can see some of her 32 by 32 pixel icons there, some good examples. One of my favourites being the paintbrush on there. And what else, have we got any others? Any other good ones? Not on there, but the blanket's got loads. They're from the, that's from the Cairo font, from the original Mac. Oh, what else? Send me one! Oh, hello Tom! How do I say it? Just don't watch live. Can you watch stuff 2 times on YouTube? Probably can, can't you? And I'm afraid I go at half speed because I ramble so much. So you're going to have to suffer through that if you want to keep watching. So yeah, I think the sort of 32 by 32 pixel icon thing is quite a good constraint. It makes a sort of quite a challenge for like I said, like how do you bring out details, and then with people, how do you make them recognizable? And it's just reminding me what massive challenge I've set myself today. This is probably a really terrible idea. So if I don't manage to do it today, I'm sorry. I'll try and do something. And Ron, if I make something that looks really upsettingly ugly, I'm really sorry. But yeah, so firstly, let's have a quick look at what setup I've got here. So I'm going to switch cameras. This is where everything goes wrong. I'm going to switch cameras to this one briefly. So this is the desktop here. So I've got this LCD monitor. I would prefer to use my CRT, but it's just out of convenience in terms of space I've got. There's all sorts of cables and everything going back here for to help me with the live stream, because it is a real Mac that I'm going to be doing this on, that I'm going to be streaming it off, and I wanted to do that. I don't want to do it on emulation. I get fun from using a real Mac, but the edge is taken off by having to use this LCD. Hopefully in the future I'll be able to get it back onto the CRT. I've got my nice 2GS keyboard, of course the first Apple ADB keyboard, Apple Desktop Bus keyboard. I guess Apple Desktop Bus started on the Apple 2GS, not on the Macintosh. But of course it's compatible with Macintosh. And then I've got my little Wacom tablet. What size is this? It's 6. In American, it's 6 inches by 8 inches. I'm not sure what that is in centimeters, but there you go. And then, of course, it's got its pressure sensitive pen here. There you go. You can see that a bit better there. And but I may not need to use that today, because something that is for something that is just 32 by 32 pixels is kind of overkill for a graphics tablet, really. So we'll see. I might prefer just using the mouse. Otherwise, let's go back. Let's see if I can show a bit more of my setup. So if I move this camera, I'm afraid I've got such a cheap setup here. And then if I sort of peer over the top, you can see there's the I'm showing you the back of the Quadra. Just realised. Anyway, I just wanted to prove there's a real Quadra back there, Quadra 700, and it's quite a nice one. I've got the 601 PowerPC card in there and some other fun gubbins, and yeah. So right, I'm just going to see what's going on in the chat. Usually do single pixel icons that size. Ha. Look, the choice of keyboard is because it's small, it makes a nice clicky sound, and it's very convenient, and I love it. And to be honest, there is not the space for an Apple extended keyboard, which is I feel like it's totally over the top. And then the Apple Keyboard 1, I quite like that. The Apple Keyboard 2, even though it was the one on the first Mac my family ever had, it feels a bit cheap. Right, so. My son is watching me apparently. Very nice. Hi, Ethan. Right. Okay. What's the next thing I'm going to do? So I think I've shown you. So I've shown you the computer we're going to use today. Now I think we should have a quick look at the software. So the software we're using, like I said, Aldus SuperPaint. That is probably the second paint program I ever used on a Mac. I think the first must have been Mac Paint, but the Mac that my family got did not come with Mac Paint. We bought a separate package, so we bought this exact copy of SuperPaint. It's all dusty on the top, but yeah, this is the exact one that my family bought when I was a kid. Aldus weren't the original developer of this, so let's just rewind a bit and we'll find the first couple of versions of SuperPaint. So if you are familiar with Dark Castle game, you might have heard of Silicon Beach Software, who are the first people who developed SuperPaint. So there's the Silicon Beach Software. They did like a couple of games, and they did a bunch of software. They did like 3D software, SuperPaint, and I think they did SuperCard as well, which is a kind of HyperCard alternative, which I don't have I do have a copy, but it's not here. So that's the first version of SuperPaint there, which is from 1986. So 2 years into the life of the Mac. And then I've got one other version. So this is, I think this is SuperPaint 2. Yeah, anyway, so there's the second one. And again, still Silicon Beach software. They've made their logo a little bit fancier there with the nice shell on it. And then this is version 3, and it's got this lovely purple box, which if you see on my shelf back here, I don't know how easy it's to tell, but behind this power CD there's a whole bunch of Aldus software, all in this sort of purple speckly thing. And basically Silicon Beach were bought by Aldus, and I think they kept SuperPaint going obviously for a while, and they also I think published SuperCard. I'm not sure what else they did. So I think there was a couple of other packages that Silicon Beach had made that Aldus kept publishing, and then Aldus got bought by Adobe. Probably for PageMaker, I would have thought, because PageMaker obviously survived until not that long ago, and Aldus were the makers of PageMaker. And yeah, this one's from 1991, and this is version 3.0, and we're going to be using 3.5 today, just because that's what's on my Quadra. Not really any other strong reason. I can't plan everything, can I? So just going to see how it goes. Right, just checking the chat. All right. Adventure Builder was Silicon Beach as well. Yes. I think they made that. I think they made some kind of text adventure, graphics/text adventure to game first, and then they released the engine so that anyone could make their own adventures from that. And I think a bunch of people did go ahead and do that. Some stuff even maybe got commercially released, the people who made that. But that is a weak area of my knowledge, I'm afraid. So let's have a look at the Mac we're going to be using in a bit more detail. Here we go. Let's switch to the screen. There we go. Right, so here it is. So let's have a quick. There's loads of rubbish on my desktop, so you can tell that I actually use it for real. Let's check the specs quickly. Look, there we go. Genuine Macintosh Quadra 700. So I think we're not running with a PowerPC card, because otherwise that would. I think that normally says Power Macintosh 700 if you have the PowerPC card running. And we've got it maxed out on 68 megabytes of RAM. And System 7.1, probably my favourite system, probably purely for nostalgia reasons, because that's what the first Macs I used had. And you can see it's B1 7.1, that means it's the British version, so you can see that the trash is called wastebasket and things like that. But I've added a whole bunch of little extra doobries to it, you know, so like I've got, what's that called again? Window shade, I think. And all sorts of other little additions just to make this Mac a little bit better. There was 7.1 had a whole bunch of great shareware utilities that came out and made it just a little bit easier to use. So what we could start with doing is having a little look for people who aren't familiar with the kind of stuff that I've done. Oh, hello Guyana. Oh, hi Noogie Mac Collector. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, hello Forgotten Computers. Yes. I've got my where did you spot it? Oh, can you see the Palm Pilot down there? Right. Oh yeah, you can't see where I'm pointing because obviously you're only showing the screen, but you spotted my Palm Pilot. Let's have a little look at the kind of stuff that I've done in the past for people who aren't familiar with what I've done. So here's I don't know whether this is the original file, but let's start SuperPaint for starters, and then I'll show you some of the stuff I've drawn in it. So yeah, like I said, 3.5. Here it is. Let's have a quick squiz at the old About screen. These are always fun. And we've got a little star field here. And you'll see they call it the best of painting and drawing, and we'll see in a moment why they call it the best of painting and drawing. But basically it had a couple of modes. But yeah, I always love this little credit sequence here for all the people who made it. It's really good fun. Yes, and the painting and drawing things, because you've got these two modes you see up here. We've got these two icons. We're in the paint mode at the moment, so just like Mac Paint, you know, it's just a bitmap drawing mode. But then you can switch into a draw mode, which is a kind of vector mode, so object based. So we can draw objects and then we can edit them afterwards. Whereas, of course, in the paint mode, if we make a rectangle, we cannot move it afterwards without selecting it with our selection tool or something like that. And the modes are separate, but they sort of, you can get them to interact in different ways, and you can kind of bring stuff backwards and forwards, and that you can sort of paste between and things like that. Generally, I don't really use the draw mode for very much. You'll see what I use it for later today, but usually I use it for like text, because you can go and re-edit the text. But otherwise, I'm pretty comfortable just doing bitmap graphics. However, so anyway, let's get rid of that. And let's have a little look at something done in the past. Now, I have no idea which of these files is the last one that I did, but here's, is this the final version? No, that's a very early line art one. But this is a little scene I drew just for a bit of fun. That's a scene from My Neighbor Totoro. So we've got Totoro here with, I always forget their names. It's May and, I can't remember the name of the other little girl. But that's them. I think it's the first time they meet Totoro, maybe the second time. And there's a big rainstorm and they're waiting at a bus stop for their dad to come home. And Totoro comes out and they share umbrellas. I think there might be a later version that I've sort of shaded in. There we go, yeah. So that's the final one. Shaded in Totoro and brought out the details on his chest and things like that. So that's quite a fun one. And then a larger project that I've done in sort of pixel art is I've been trying to draw all of HokuSai's, or trying to sort of copy or do a sort of Mac version of all of HokuSai's scenes from Mount Fuji. He did sort of 32 views of Mount Fuji. Which one is this? We'll see in a moment. There we go. Right, so he did 32 scenes of Mount Fuji, where every scene has Mount Fuji in the background, and it's from a time period in Japanese history where there was a sort of culture called ukiyo-e, which I've probably pronounced completely wrong. And ukiyo-e is kind of like basically well-off people. It was basically describing well-off people who had a lot of spare time and enjoyed the pleasures in life. So probably aristocracy and things like that. And he created woodcut prints for them to decorate their houses, and he did a lot of scenes of ukiyo-e life. I think ukiyo translates into something like floating world, and I think it's all about just sort of enjoying the pleasures of life and things like that. And so yeah, I was trying to draw all these scenes. The scenes that the woodcuts he did are in colour, and also the other constraint I gave myself, as well as making it black and white, is I wanted to fit it to the classic Mac size screen, which is 512 by 342 pixels, and that's completely the wrong aspect ratio. So I've had to sort of redraw his drawings and reinvent them. And really the challenge there was, the fun was like, how do I pick out the kind of detail that he had in his pictures and do it pixel art? So this is a view of a bridge. That's number 4. Sorry, I said 32. There's 36 views of Mount Fuji. That's number 4. I think I've got. This is the beginnings of 5, maybe. Yeah. So you can see, like, I haven't got very far with that one. That was a work in progress that I've paused for now. I think I've done 4, and I did what in the West we call the Great Wave. Which you can see on my Twitter if you have a look. So let's get back to seeing what's going on in the chat. Right. Slow Mac user, yes, I've heard a bit about Pixel Paint. I still haven't ever used it. I would love to try Pixel Paint. SuperPaint is probably just, I use SuperPaint probably just because it's something that I got to know really well when I was a kid. Oh, Morgan, thank you very much. In fact, I did at one point have a plan to make prints of my pixel art, and then life got in the way. But after seeing, do you know, if you've seen Pinot's art, at Pinot, P-I-N-O-T, if you look at his art on Twitter, he draws on both Macs, Apple IIs, and Amigas, and he's also done stuff on Apple Newton message pads and Palm Pilots and maybe other stuff. Oh yeah, he's done stuff on like Nokia phones from the sort of mid to late 90s, and he has done some really amazing isometric views of New York and stuff like that. In fact, got one just over there that I want to frame that I bought off him, and yeah, he has printed onto using an image writer, which I thought would look really bad, but actually after seeing his prints, I think they look great, and now I'm actually quite tempted to get an image writer set up and print off some of my own stuff. So, like I said, today we are going to try an avatar, and we're going to try an avatar of a chap called Ron, who let me just go back to the screen, who has a YouTube channel, Ron's Computer Videos, and Twitter, and I am going to attempt to draw his avatar, which I'm very nervous about because the pressure of drawing while on a live stream I think is a really terrible combination. So let's I've got a couple of pictures up that I've put in of him that I'm going to use to as source material. And now what I'm going to do next is set up SuperPaint to sort of help me do that. So the first thing I'm going to do is going to go into the draw layer, and I'm going to create a grid just so I can get the right size of that sort of 32 pixel square. So I go into grid and rulers here. You don't have to do this in the draw layer. This is because I might want to. I'm sort of playing with it. I might make a box. I haven't fully decided. So do 33 pixel grid spacing because it includes the points. So it actually needs to be a pixel bigger to be the right size, if that makes sense. And I'll make that. So these are, if I zoom in, so that will be 32 pixels. Once I draw a box between those, the thing inside will be 32 by 32. So I'll put a box here just in case I want to use it. Let's set this to none. And we can do that like that. There we go. And then if we go back to the paint layer, then you see I'm not going to be able to like move that box or draw in it or anything like that. So it's not going to interact with the rest of the drawing that I'm doing. So cool. Right. Where do I start? So we've got. So this is generally the kind of composition that I like doing. So, oh yeah, sorry. The reason why I've got two pictures, I thought it would be kind of amusing to show roughly the size that the avatar is going to end up at relative to your screen, or sort of relative to this screen anyway. So just next to it, you can see there's the small one that is roughly 32 pixel square. So if I zoom out here and move this right over, oh no, you won't be able to see me do that. If I move this over, do another one, you'll be able to see that that is roughly 32 pixels square. Got slightly off, but I just thought that would be useful for helping me figure out if I'm doing an okay job or not. So let's have a little look at what we've got here. So generally, like there's like, I am not some sort of artist expert. I did do a very tiny amount of art training at school, UK school, not university. I didn't go to university, and otherwise I'm kind of pretty much self-taught. I only did like a year or two of art, and I pretty much flunked everything because I was distracted by being a teenager. I've got my own ways of doing things, but generally what I do is I divide up a picture area into sort of the main parts. So there's nothing really clever going on here. So in this photo of Ron, we can see like the main dividing lines are like his shoulders and obviously the sides of his head and stuff like that. And that's really just so I can get the kind of proportions right. And so I'm going to say, I'm just going to draw a line straight across here. Nothing clever about this at all. I sort of, he's got his head slightly at an angle and his shoulders slightly at an angle. I don't know how, I mean, we've got very low resolution to deal with here. So it might be that I end up sort of straightening his head up to make it so that I can keep drawing in details and stuff like that. But let's just see how it goes. And I might do him off to the side a bit like that, like it is in the picture, something like that. And then we've kind of got his collar here and kind of here, like so, and his kind of shirt line kind of comes down following the line of his head. So that's a fine starting point, and then we don't need this line anymore. And so I'm just going to start filling out the kind of basic bits. No real there's no real sort of, I don't have a like strong technique for this. It's usually like I just fancy drawing a bit of ear right now, and maybe I'll draw a bit of hair next. There's no thought beyond that in this. There's nothing clever about what I'm doing at all. I'm kind of just using observation and sort of guessing the measurements. And this is pretty much how I do my Fuji pictures too. I basically draw a bunch of really rough lines in and start trying to like connect them, basically. I'm so sorry if you joined the stream because you are hoping for some sort of incredible insights into like how to do pixel art, but there are definitely more accomplished people than I. But this is more that I just want to share a bit of fun that I have doing this, and really what we're just looking for here is to give a really good impression of his character, more than some sort of incredibly accurate representation of Ron. We want to, I think he sent me so he sent me his IMDb page for photographs, presumably because they, you know, they're pretty high quality photographs, all the ones on there. And he said, so I do look a bit stern, a lot of them, and I did have a look through them today, and I was like, yeah, let's not go for the stern one. Let's have a nice smile. Like, in fact, some of my avatars, just, you'll see that on my, I'm not hugely disciplined about using the same avatar between my different social media accounts, and you'll see that on some my eyebrows are different, and it's there's an eyebrow that, like, there's these 2 pixels that are the difference between me looking sort of friendly and surprised and me looking really stern. I think in fact the YouTube has my stern one accidentally. So that's, I think his parting's a bit too high. I'm sort of making him look like Frankenstein, and we don't want that. But like I said, basically what I do is footle around a bit with the pixels until I'm sort of starting to feel like things are going in the right direction. And it's usually just, I mean, I guess the derogatory term for this is like pixel pushing. I'm looking for what feels right in terms of like getting that feeling for him, and then again like putting in lines here that are going to make me feel like I'm building up the structure of his face. They're not necessarily what I'm going to be using at the end, but I'm using it as a guide to sort of be like, okay, are the proportions right here? I don't know how aware any of you are, but there is an enormous bit of our brain that is used purely for recognizing faces, and it's very sensitive. And that's why, you know, there's that whole like icy faces meme, or used to be a thing on Flickr definitely, of like seeing faces and things like plug sockets or whatever. It's because our brains are basically constantly scanning everything we see, going, is that a face? Is that a face? Is that a face? And there's some quite good books on the subject which I read back in the day, and it's really interesting, and it means that we're very sensitive to like proportions of faces and that sort of thing. So it's very easy to make a face look like a face, but then when you want to kind of make it look like somebody, that's when things start getting a little trickier. I'm just trying stuff out here. This looks so bad at the moment, but that's okay. That's totally fine. I'm trying to get the kind of feel for where Ron's features are. And, you know, I was trying to get his lopsided face like in the photo, but I think I am just going to ditch it. And I'm gonna go with a straight face. Okay, cool. And he's got a cool. I'm looking forward to drawing the tash and the beard. I think we're going to have some fun with that. Okay, cool. Right, and he's got these. There's a really good curve to his eyebrow. I really want to capture somehow, but it kind of just everything up to and until this point is going to look. I'm hoping that at the end this is this is going to look good. The moment I've made him look a bit like he's asleep right now, and that definitely does not look like Ron. I think I maybe went a bit too in with the hair. And right. Okay. Let's give a bit more of an angle to the shoulder. And also let's drop it down a bit there. And let's bring this down like this. Okay, and let's do a bit more of the collar. And you'll see that, like, I'm definitely not an accomplished artist because I get all caught up in some detail that I want to get right. And then what you have to do is kind of pull back to the bigger picture and be like, okay, have I fiddled around in that detail for too long? Like, what needs to come back out again? Where do I need to look for like, how do I bring this all together again? Like, because you can end up sort of making some really lovely thing and it just doesn't fit in with the rest of it, and you've got to make it all feel right together. Let's get a bit of sideburn in as well. Okay. And let's drop the kind of eyes. So I think I really need to get Ron's eyes right. That's going to be a really important thing. Eyes are really hard, like, because you can do eyes as just like 2 points, right? So we could just have literally like nothing here. We could have like, you know, we could have like 2 eyes like this. Let's get rid of all the details. You have 2 eyes like that. Look, really angry Ron with no nose. And that, it takes a while to kind of figure out what style of eyes are going to be the right thing. So, you know, because we can do that. Like, that's like, I mean, I quite like that. I don't know if it's Ron, but I like it. And it is about like going, okay, what do we want to do? What do we want to focus on? Is it what's the real character of Ron's face? Is it the nose? Is it the eyes? Is it the mouth? So that's what we're working on. Oh, hi Ron, you're here. Hello. You're going to see a lot of faces that do not look like you until we get to your face. It's going to appear at some point magically. I hope. So I really want to put your eyebrows in, Ron. They're quite light, unlike mine, which are very dark and very distinctive. I think, okay, maybe we need to get a bit more of your beard and tash going on. Like, maybe that's where we should start. Let's have a go. Let's have a go. Right, where's the beard? The beard sort of comes down here. Is that right? Yeah, a bit there. The beard sort of is, okay, the beard's like defining your chin. So let's kind of make this look a bit more beardy down here. Always with the sort of like this sort of crosshatch checkerboard thing is always a really good look for kind of making faces look hairy, I find. So we definitely got something kind of roundy beard thing, but I don't think that is Ron's roundy beard thing. I mean, what would you technically call that beard? Goatee? Is that a goatee? I guess it's a goatee, isn't it? So we need Ron's goatee, not just anyone's goatee. I think I've got a bit more curvature to it. You look a bit like a sysadmin at the moment, Ron. I'm sorry. I know that's not really your style. I think we need to bring your face out a bit from the collar. So let's get the collar out of here a bit. Oh, that's messed that right up. Okay. Yeah, there's more of a curve here, so I think we need to bring this out like this. There we go, that's better, that is better. You see like the difference just a couple of pixels has made already to like getting it closer to Ron's face. You know, it's difference between that and that is, it's when you're at this low resolution, like just 1 pixel makes a huge difference. And we kind of want to get a bit, I think we're sort of slimming down here a bit as well. Trying to work out the right place to do that. Maybe a bit of, and you've got nice sort of pepper pot hair going on as well. I'm going to try and capture that a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Hair's looking a bit better. Face is looking a bit better. And let's get a bit of your jawline in. And maybe there's another little bit of hair here. There we go. Your ear is a bit more defined than I showed. Yeah, there we go. That's probably a bit kind of side there, there, there. I think your ears, or maybe your ear's just a bit longer than that, actually. Yeah, that's better. There we go. A bit more ear. Like that. It's a Van Dyke beard. Right, okay. I don't think I've ever heard that term. Right. And okay, what are we trying to work out what to do with your nose? Sometimes noses work as just like nostrils, sometimes they work as a kind of like little L. Let's see what's going on with your nose. I'm actually starting to wonder if these eyes might be the right eyes. That nose is not the right nose. It's not your nose. Sorry, that just looks really funny. It's not you, but it is funny. Right, let's get a bit more tash in here and let's see if we can get a tash going on. And I want to get your mouth and your, because your tash and your mouth they're definitely separately visible. The Van Dyke and the mouth are different. So how do we do that without them just sort of smooshing into one? That's the hard part. Huh, well, that might not be right, but you look happy, so that's good. And then is the nose part of the tash or is it above it? Let's find out. Maybe your eye's over there? Have a look. I'm quite liking that. I don't know if it looks like Ron, but this person is very friendly looking. Maybe that's enough. Also, Ron, just shout if you're like, James, you're done, this is perfect. Pointier chin. Okay, yeah. Right, let's have a go. I think that is a good call on a pointier chin. Oh yeah, there we go. Look, that has already brought out a bit more of Ron's character. So I wonder if this would work. Can we get, oh, well, if we swap the sort of crosshatch checker pattern to be like that, and we could take that one out as well, and that one there. This hair up here is annoying me for some reason. It's really distracting me. I kind of want to get the kind of sweep of the hair coming out. I think it isn't. I think these are in the wrong place. There's a bit of a sweep of the like hair. It's more like, and the hairline isn't quite right, is it? So what if we try this? That might be a bit better. Oh no, that's worse. I want to get like these bits here. It's like hair here. Now I've made it look like, I don't know what's going on now. Right. Let's get this down here. The problem, I think the eyes are now too low. Let's try getting the eyes up higher. Aha, that's more promising. So that's, we're almost getting there. Friendly is always better than realistic. Just like my character. No, not really. Am I friendly? Hopefully I am. Am I realistic? Ooh, yeah, I think I am. I'm both. I can do both. Can you do both, Ron? Can you do friendly and realistic? I think you can. Right. Starting to feel pretty promising. I think maybe the bits I was doing to the hair was trying too much, so I think we should just get the hairline looking about right. You've got lots more hair than me. It's so much easier drawing a Picard head than someone who's got actual hair. Oh no! Okay, that's not right. Just want to, there we go, that's good there. Just this one little pixel here to kind of, I just want to like make it really clear that there's kind of like, I want it to feel like natural hair going on. I don't want it to be neat. If it's neat, it just looks artificial. Okay, right, that, I prefer that. And maybe if I bring this down here and here. Hey, that's good. Okay. Right, let's look at the nose again. Can we capture... I think... How's that nose? Do people prefer this nose? Or do they prefer the L-shaped nose? Friendly and realistic is double rate. But whatever the client wants. Wow, I can tell that you've done freelance work, Rod. It's very familiar. Right, okay, let's go back to the clothes a bit. Ron, what clothes do you want? Do you want to be in a shirt like in this? You're wearing a t-shirt and a shirt. Do you want that? Or just a shirt? Or what would you prefer? Plaid might be going a little too detailed, but we could maybe hint at it or something. Let me know in the comments. Or the chat, whatever you call it. I'm just used to people always saying on YouTube, let me know in the comments. That is not a t-shirt line, is it? It's probably a bit leather. Now, there's a way of hiding the drawer. Oh, I should probably save this file. Otherwise bad things are going to happen. Right, let's run. This Quadra is fairly reliable and robust. I've never actually had any real problems with it, and it's running a SCSI to SD card, which always helps the reliability a bit. Yeah, we can hide the drawer layer, Apple L, right, cool. And then we can hide that square. I just want to see what it looks like without. Okay, cool, right. It does look, the top of your head looks odd, Ron. I want it to work without the box, so I'm going to have to do some work on that. The only problem being that it is cropped to the box. Maybe I was foolish to do that in the first place. I think we need to have your hair. What are we going to do here? Maybe it's this. Yeah, I think that's a bit better. Real struggle. It's like there. Shirt with a little texture. Let's go for that. Shirt with a little texture. Do you want a collar? Shirt with a collar? We could do that. How on earth am I going to make it look like a shirt with a collar? I've got no space for that. Let's just try. Let's experiment, see what happens. Okay. We've got a t-shirt. Kid and play haircuts. It is a bit kid and play, I'm sorry. It is a bit kid and play. Look, there we go. I could go. I could make you into Marge Simpson. There we go. How do you fancy being Marge Simpson? That was just a couple. She has like a couple of bits out, doesn't she? Sweet as a nut. Okay. I'm really struggling with the top of your head. I'm really sorry. Why is that? Why? Let's just look. Let's just be brutal and cut it all off, and start again. We can grow hair much faster in SuperPaint than in real life. And you're only partially lobotomized, so you know, could be worse. Why can't I get your haircut right? What is so mysterious about your haircut? I think your head comes in maybe further than I realised. That's what I need to do. Aha. Okay, but see, you have a perfectly natural haircut, but in what I'm drawing, I've made it look very odd. I think we need to bring all of it down a bit. I think that might be what it is. Let's try that. Let's have a go. I think maybe we need to lose this side completely. Nope. That was too far. Oh, I think maybe the head needs to come in here inside. Aha! I might have started to find what was wrong. And then let's get a bit more hair here. Can we lose this now? Ooh, let's have a look. Okay, Ron has not got enough head left. What happens if we bring more hair in here? How are we doing? How are we doing? This might end up working out okay. Cut a bit more out of here. This is where I'm wondering if I should have chosen a different photo, but it's all good. We're going to get there. We are going to get there. But you can see what I'm doing here. Like, I'm just literally adding and taking away pixels to see how it feels. And you'll just find it in there. You just find what's been hidden away. I think we need to bring a bit of hair back here. Oh yeah, look at that. That's nice. And do we take away from there? Here? And I think we need to even out over here a bit. Really missing having music. Can't have music, can I? I'll get a copyright strike or whatever it is they do. Right, I think we have to lose the hair as much as possible from this side because it's just making it look like we're seeing both sides of Ron's head at the same time, which you generally don't get, and we don't have that luxury in this anyway. There we go. Just really want to get that kind of feeling of natural hair. That's like oh, it's just getting worse and worse now. I quite liked it before. I've lost. Like, where were the pixels? Can anyone remember where the pixels were? Where have I hidden them? I've got rid of all the good pixels and replaced them with bad ones. Oh, there we go. That's a bit better. Hopefully Ron won't mind that everyone's going to think he's got a bit of a messy haircut from his avatar. I wish I could see the top of your head, Ron. I need another picture. I'm actually sort of okay with that. What's going on? Oh, hi Steve. You are very late. You also went to bed very late. So that doesn't surprise me. I'm not surprised that you've turned up so late. His head shape is a bit squat, perhaps elongate. Ah, yeah, good point. Right, let's elongate Ron a bit. I think I agree with that. So the way we do that is very simple. There's a simple operation. Sorry about this, Ron. This might hurt a little tiny bit. I'm going to pull this down by 1 pixel, all of it. And then I'm going to fill in here and here. You've now got an extra long ear, and we need to fix that. So, and I think we need to move your nose down again, having done that. Maybe your eyes as well? No. Let's see what happens if we move your eyes down. Oh, whoops, I moved them across as well. Right, I need to use the lasso. Yeehaw! Okay, you look super friendly now. I want to watch this guy's YouTube videos. He looks so friendly. What's the next one going to be about, Ron? Or is it a secret? Can you tell us? It's still the haircut. You're going to have to change your haircut, Ron. It's not helping me at all. It's so long since I've had my own hair that I can't remember what hair actually looks like. That's the problem. You've also got these really, really good, like, I wish I could sort of get it. There's like, you've got good kind of friendly cheeks, and I don't know how to capture it. Maybe I just can't. I think I need to move your shoulders down a wee bit more as well. Does this look anything like you, Ron? Have I completely, is this, you know, are we getting into the realms of like insult yet? No, but I think it looks like you. Definitely looks friendly. Oh, you don't mind me crashing your head into the top of the frame? Oh, right, okay. Should we see what that looks like? And then we've got more space for a shirt! Yes! Boink. Let's, how far should we go? Doink. There's something... This is... yeah. Oh, whoops. I'm quite liking that. Right. Good suggestion, Ron. Also, to go back to my very limited art training, composition is much more powerful if you're copying something to the edge. And also we've got a lovely 1/3, 2/3 ratio here with the shoulder line, which works well. So maybe we could have another go at a shirt. Should we play with a shirt for a while? Let's see how that goes. What do shirts look like? Does anyone know? There we go, right. And it's got a nice, you've got a nice collar going on. I want to kind of, let's see if we can. I think I need to drop this shoulder over here as well. I need to do that. Let's have a look. Yeah, that's good. More monster trucks. Yes, the higher the head, the less how you need to draw. I think we've solved it, haven't we? From now on, I'm just never going to draw the top of people's heads because it's clearly beyond my abilities. Yeah. I would love to see a monster truck show. When I was working in some years ago, a company I had got bought by a US company, and so I ended up going out to New York a lot, and I really wanted to go and see a monster truck show. And there was never one on. I mean, I know New York City isn't exactly noted for monster truck shows, but I was just like, I'm out in the States. Where are the monster trucks? I want it. I do occasionally watch monster truck videos with my son on YouTube. We like the ones where flames come out the top. They're good. They're really good. This might work. Let's have a look. What happens if I do that? And then can I get some shirt in now? Shirt collar. How formal do you want me to make you? Do you want a tie, Ron? Do you need a tie? Are your videos very formal? Maybe we could just make a formal occasion version of Ron. There we go. Let's move that down there. Steve, how's my streaming skills? What do you reckon? You're always streaming. Monster lorries. I would love to see a monster lorry. That would be really good. Has anyone done that? Like an articulated lorry? Sorry, you call them a semi. You know, 18-wheeler. All 18 wheels being monster truck wheels. I would love that. That would be amazing. I can imagine making that with Lego. I'm not sure how you would make that in real life. So yes, copying the tiny color pillager into SuperPaint, applying a threshold to help with finding positions. So I sort of just don't like doing, that is a way of doing these things, but I kind of much prefer just doing it by eye. There's something about the creative process of getting it all wrong loads that I like to do before. So yeah, you can of course bring something into a paint program and then use that as a kind of much more direct reference, but I quite like sort of just doing it by eye and figuring out and going through the iterations. Oh, hi Dana. I hope that's how to say your name. Nice to see you. Oh, thanks Steve. Ron is always in a tux during his videos. Right, okay, look, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do what I did for my pixel. I'm going to say, like, I'm calling it done there, but I think we could do a couple of outfits. How do people feel about that? A couple of outfits for Ron. So he's got options. I quite like. I'm like digging it. So we look at it at like. Well, you can you can see. Yeah, there's That's it. At like. There's something maybe a little plain about it. I think we definitely need some detail on the shirt to kind of bring it out a bit. Trying to work out if there should be more detail on Ron's face. Maybe the colours are distracting. Yes, I'm looking forward to Dana's version of this. It's going to be good. It's going to be really good. 16 floppy drives on a triple width monitor. I could do the portrait version, maybe. Right, okay, here we go. Right, let's save where we're at. Always love that saving animation in SuperPaint. That's really good fun. So we're gonna make another. Actually, no. Let's just take Ron out into the wild. Here we go. No box. There you go. No box, Ron. You're just floating in space now. But let's what can we get away with a shirt? I mean, wonder if we could do plaid. It'd be cool if we could. Like. I'm just gonna make stripes now. That's all I want to do. What does plaid look like again? Oh yeah, you're wearing it. Perfect. Maybe it's kind of like this. Is that working? Oh, whoops. Let's have a look. And like kind of. I'm kind of feeling that. I'm feeling that vibe. That's fun, isn't it? Let's try it over here as well. Let's do a little bit more. Do it at different angles just to make it a bit more interesting. Different height. Yoop. Yoop. Plaid. That's making me think of the bit in Spaceballs where they go to plaid. I'm sorry. I love Spaceballs. I watched it a lot when I was 12. I think it's probably aimed at 12-year-olds, right? Originally. Right, I'm digging that shirt, Ron. Nice shirt. Good taste. Let's save that shirt. That's a cool shirt. How are you feeling about that shirt, Ron? Does it fit well? Oh, Dana, thanks for the retweet. Thanks for pointing that out, Steve. Hypercard has a plaid pattern. Oh, man. Oh, I love Hypercard so much. Am I going to launch Hypercard to get the plaid pattern? Oh, should we see if the plaid pattern's in here? Right, okay. SuperPaint does have a lot of patterns, right? Let's clone Ron again. Zoop. Let's get him over there into the next pixel grid box. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Enhance. You're enhanced. Okay. Look at these patterns that we've got to choose from. Look at all of these juicy patterns. I obviously will need a bounding box if I'm going to flood fill. You like my technical terminology? Flood fill. We need out to... I think it's there. I think that's the edge. Should we do some flood filling? Let's see what happens. Yoink. So this is the preview you want to be looking at to see whether something looks awful or not. Spaceballs the movie, Spaceballs the blanket, Spaceballs the pillow. Oh, there's a plaid pattern. It's not going to fit, is it? Let's have a look. Oh, yeah, I don't think that's really working. It's kind of amazing though. They've gone to plaid. Right, look, here we go. Let's just enjoy it, though. Look at that. Look at that pattern. What were some of my favourite patterns? I think I always liked this one because it was kind of subtle. It looks like, you know, this sort of metal walkway, doesn't it? And here are the space. Here's some space balls. The plaid one is really good. It is really good. I really liked these fabricy ones are good. I mean, it's so good. Look what you can do in so few pixels. Why does anyone bother with high resolution retina screens and color? I'll never understand. So yeah, anyway, I think I'm gonna. Well, Ron has got a nice patterned shirt there. I'm gonna tidy that up and finish it off. And we've got a nice white shirt you can have for dinner parties. I could do a black. We could do a black shirt because the reason why it would be worth trying a black shirt, or maybe a grey checkerboard pattern, is because kind of want to make sure that it's not, the detail isn't distracting from his face. Sort of help people focus on the face a bit more. So like this is what black would look like. So you can see there's a lot. It brings the eye up, your eyes up to his face more. That's kind of boring. So we could also do. Let's go over here. And let's go for the classic desktop grey. I don't understand why anyone on a classic Mac doesn't have this kind of pattern for that. So that's another option that Ron has got. Let's get rid of all these patterns now, much as I love them. Right. I think I'm going to call it done. What does everyone think? Anyone get anything out of that? My first YouTube stream. I'm going to have to follow up with something. Steve already licked my video. Oh dear. Right, well, Ron, you need to get all your social media updated as soon as I send this over to you now. And what did I do that? I did that in less than an hour. I'm pretty pleased with myself. Do one plaid, please. Oh, just for completeness sake. Okay, yeah. Happy to take requests. Okay. Let's go to plaid. Let's do it. We will do down here the special Ron plaid. Let's get that pattern in there. There we go. Joink. Joink. Oh, okay. That's come out better than I thought it would. That actually looks really good. I'm saving that. Thank you for the suggestion, Uli Witness. Oh, do you want eyebrows, Ron? Yeah, I can try eyebrows. Yeah, okay, let's give Ron options, so if he wants eyebrows, he can have them. Let me let my cat out. This is pretty standard. If the door's closed and she's on one side of the door, she wants to be on the other side of the door. Let's try eyebrows. Ron, you might we might find that it's too much detail, but let's try it. Let's try it for sure. I am not anti-eyebrow. I'm fully supportive of eyebrows as someone who sports some quite distinctive eyebrows myself. Right, what eyebrows does Ron have? Let's have a little look. Look at this. Steve, that is not how avatars work. Now the thing here is, Ron has got like these, the eyebrows are very dark in the sort of corners, and what I'm worried about is sort of making him look like evil Ron, which is not what I want to do. So like, it would be very easy to sort of do like this. I am evil Ron. Right, that would be the simplest thing, right? but it's not right. So we've got to try and footle around a bit. It's not bad. There's more eyebrow than is in the picture, but that sort of doesn't really matter. Like we've said earlier, like it's not about being realistic, it's about trying to get across someone's character. That's sort of okay, isn't it? Now there's this kind of eyebrow as well. You can sort of play around a bit. I'm okay with the non-eyebrow, but I'm also okay with this version of eyebrow Ron. What happens if we have tiny eyebrows? That just looks weird. He looks... And we can also do like... Let's hypnotize Ron. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry, Ron. I can't help myself. It's too fun. Evil Ron, so just regular Ron. Who doesn't love eyebrows? Oh yeah, Ron does look a bit surprised. Let's try that. That's a good suggestion too. I'm gonna send all these versions to Ron, and you will get to choose, and we can all have the fun of finding out what Ron goes for in the end. Although, oh whoopsie, press the wrong modifier key. Option. It's option, James. It is option. Right, let's try 2 pixel wide eyes and just see. I think Ron now looks asleep or maybe laughing. With eyebrows up here look bizarre. That's definitely asleep or laughing. That is not what you look like. I can't decide what eyebrows are good. There's like a bunch of eyebrows that could work. But should we just try them the other way? I wonder if they're like further in. Will that just look weird? That just looks weird. Can't have eyebrows that are further in than the eyes. Wait, have I moved the eyes? Okay. What happens if we have like this? This sometimes works as well. No, that's not working today. Not on Ron's face. There's also this, which is like, I'm looking over there. Oh, too close together. I've now lost the location of Ron's eyes completely. I think it was there. Oh, whoops. And now I'm back to my weird ones. I quite like that. That might be okay. Hi Mingo. You're very late. That's okay, you can start again from the beginning. 20 people watching! Insect eyes! Concerned Ron, evil Ron, amused Ron now. Might even get with Ron's eyes being upside down. L pixel shapes, yeah! Good call, Dana. Let's try the upside down L's. Let's try it. Oh yeah, I did have a go at that. What happens if it's that? I quite like that. It's very cartoony. Very cartoony. If I'm doing what you mean, I hope I'm not doing it wrong. That makes me think of a show. Oh, I can't think what show that is. Maybe a bit Ren and Stimpy or something. There's also like eyes like that, but I think that's not Ron's eyes. Even though Ron's got big eyes, it's giving him the wrong look, isn't it? So, and then we've got this type of L as well, but that's just not right, is it? Is that weird? That's weird. That's like side eye. Even left right one's flipped. Okay. Okay, this is good. How would I? I'm trying to like. Oh, that's interesting. I'm now. The problem is now I've got that thing where you've looked at something too long and now everything looks weird. It's a bit like when you say you've written a word too many times and you're like, is that how to spell it? Have I spelt that right? I've definitely got that weird thing. The 3-pixel L. Which way? Okay, so should we have, with the 3-pixel L, should it be 3 pixels with this pixel here on the left or on the right? So these are them on the left. I want votes for left and right. So we've got left and then here it is on the right. Tintin vibe, yes, it does have a Tintin vibe. And thank you. Okay, is it left or right? Either way is good. Thanks, Dana. Have you tried a T? Oh, interesting. Let's try it. Whoa. That looks quite good. My worry is that we've got into stern Ron. Ron, how stern are you feeling? Right looks angry. So both sides. There we go, got both. Is that a good stern Ron? How are we feeling here? We've got like, I mean, we're almost starting to like, we're starting to like animate Ron now, basically. I think the eyes are the eyes too low now? I feel like the eyes are too low. Should we move him up a bit? Can I do this? Yes. Now that looks weird as well. That is not right, is it? I might leave these as options for Ron to decide. I think it's up to Ron how he wants to come across on social media. I'm going to put in the L's version as well. That's what I'm going to do. Oh, whoopsie, wrong modifier key here again. Whoa, here we go. So which L's do I prefer? I think that needs to go there. There. Make the eyes sad. Add one more pixel on the outside in the pupil row. Like this? Am I getting that wrong? I'm not sure what I'm doing now. Oh, like here. That isn't. I feel like we've lost the essence of Ron by putting too much eye in. I'm going to save it there. This plaid one, that is a good call. This one came out way better than I thought. I also like my plaid pattern. I am going to call it a day now, and I'm going to leave it totally up to Ron what he does. The main thing I would say to Ron is, yeah, we need to make sure we get out and get you out a nice high-res file so you can use it on social media without all the uploading, making it all blurry and awful. So I will make you some nice high-res versions of these, and then we can get to the last one. And I look forward to seeing you unveiling it. Right, I think that's probably going to call it a day there. So let's... where are we? How do I'm still learning OBS. I'm going to get there one day. That is the wrong camera. Right. Let's do the transition. That's what you're meant to do, isn't it, Steve? Do sound effects for transitions. That's using OBS, right? Isn't it? You're welcome, Ron. Thank you for letting me mangle your mangle your face for my first live stream. That was really fun, and thanks everyone for joining today. It was really great. This is, you know, the first time I've tried something like this, and I'm hoping to do more. And like I showed my if you've only just joined, you have to rewind. But I showed my hockey side views of Mount Fuji pixel art that I've done. I really want to do one of them as a live stream. It will probably have to be a series of live streams because each of those has taken me about, I don't know, a lot of hours, 10 to 15 hours or something. So yeah, I'm hoping to do that at some point. But I might do more avatars. Who knows? But yeah, I'm hoping to do more soon. So thanks also to and go and check out Ron's YouTube channel. Ron's what's it called again? It's got a good name. Ron's Computer Videos. Such a great name. And thanks to Steve Mac84 for helping me figure all of this streaming malarkey out and getting that all up and running, and for all the very supportive comments and all the random testing of my rubbish. And don't forget that you can check out my Macintosh collection on my Instagram, which is also on my handle Hypertalking, and you can chat to me on Twitter and anything you like. So that's it. Thank you very much. I'm going to say goodbye now. How do I make this end? Look, I'll end on the little thingamabob. There we go. Here we go. Bye.